Hello world! This is my first YouTube video and I know that I don't have the best lighting or the setup or whatever, but you know, like I said, this is my first one and just bear with me while I improve over time. I'm sure you can tell by the title of this video that I'm going to be talking about books. I know books aren't a thing of this world anymore, but I absolutely love them and I'm gonna share you my thoughts anyways. There might be an audiobook of these versions if you prefer that, but yeah, just try and pick up a book and read it. So the first book I'm going to be talking about is a book that actually is the first one that I read when I started this journey on wanting to improve my life and gain knowledge in a positive way. So Russell Simmons' books is the first ones that I picked up and started to read. Super Rich is the first one that I bought on Amazon. It had really good reviews. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna give it a try, see what happens. It strongly is about veganism, yoga, meditation, working hard, and just really like never giving up your dreams. He also has two other books, The Success Through Stillness and The Happy Vegan. These two. And they all, I read these as well, and they all pretty much have a rotating theme, you know, just like what I said, meditation, veganism, yoga. But if I were to recommend one out of the three that I did read, it would be Super Rich. He also has one that he wrote before this, but since I got the idea that I figured they would all be the same. So in this book, the one thing that I gained from it is to work hard at whatever you're doing. If you're working at Taco Bell, you know, if you're, you know, a CEO, just to be humble and to be thankful of where you are at life and with what you have. You never know what new opportunities will come from you just working hard and being the best that you can be. The smiling, you know, and the work ethics really do stand out compared to other people who don't try, whether you know it or not, you know, it does help out. So that is the one thing that I gained from this book. He does reference like a friend of his, I think, who worked at an ice cream shop. A guy came in and was like, wow, you know, like you have such an awesome personality. How about you come and apply for this job? Then he got the job, he moved up the ladder, blah, 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 and he got where he wanted to in life, and I just find that so inspiring, and I definitely recommend checking out that one for sure. So the next book I'm going to talk about actually is my favorite. It is On Fire by John O'Leary, and it is basically a biography on his life and the hardships that he went through. If you don't know him, he is a burn victim. I'm pretty sure he was burned from 100% of his body, except for on his face, I think, and his scalp. So what I do know is they took pieces of skin off his scalp to replace all over his body. He was in the hospital, I think, for 5 months, and I just felt, after I like finished a chapter, he has like, you know, not like what we learned in this chapter, but like key points and reminders, and I love just sitting there reading them and really just being humbled of what I have in life and how thankful I am to even be where I am in life. Though I don't have much, it's still something, and I just feel blessed to even have a roof over my head. You know, I shoot a little prayer out at night and just say what I'm thankful for. I even have a little journal that I write in to write down the things that I'm thankful for. You know, it never hurts. It never hurts just to try and be positive. You know, a lot of people think like, oh, it's, you know, crap to think like that. Like The Secret, people think is crap. But, you know, why, like, it doesn't hurt to try. Like, why not just try and live life positive, you know? Negative attracts negative, and that is for sure. Or if you're negative, no one wants to be around you. You know, I was more negative in my past, and I now that I'm more positive and humble, I notice that a lot more people want to be around me. Although that's not necessarily what matters in life, my point is that what you give out is what you receive, and it truly is powerful. And I can't wait to just build and learn more things to just be a better person inside and out. Oh, I'm rambling like I do. So I'm moving on to the next book. The next book that I read is A New Model by Ashley Graham, and I actually read it in a day. I just found it an easy read, and just learning about her life was uplifting. You know, it really was. I loved her mom. Her mom was my favorite. Every time she talked about her, I loved reading about her. She just was such like a positive, like, force in her life. You know, someone she can always know that was there for her. And yeah, like I said, I just loved reading about her. And the message that I got from the book was that you're never too old to go after your dreams. You know, she's now in her 30s and being famous. You know, a lot of people think that that's too old. If you don't have your life together, but in your 20s, you're basically screwed. But I don't believe that at all. You know, everyone goes at their own pace and still follow after your dreams, even if you feel that you're too old. You know, you're not. And it's just such a good message that she delivered. And I, like I said, I really, really enjoyed it. To read in a day, I really, really enjoyed the book. But I definitely recommend it. I'm not trying to say that, you know, I don't know everyone's life, you know, and I know that sometimes things get really hard, but it just, my point is to open your mind and just to hopefully try and gain a new perspective on things, try and see the positive, because even if you don't necessarily, you know, get a better job or, you know, your life's not going to change like that, but it never hurts to just be positive and be humble. And that's what I'm really receiving. Like, I used to hold grudges, you know, I used to be angry, and though I still, you know, can get angry, I remind myself to, you know, relax, that life is too short, to not really, you know, hold on to things. You know, like in that John O'Leary's book, you know, he was burned. Like, when you burned, like, you're not even the same person. You are a brand new person, and to have to cope with that, and can you imagine, unless you went through it yourself or a family member? I just couldn't. And it just makes me, like I said, so humble to even have what I have. And it just gained a new perspective of not sweating the small stuff. A lot of people say that. And a lot of people say that when you go through an experience, the smaller stuff, people don't sweat anymore. And my mom had a scare with cancer, and that's what she says. She's fine. And she says that, you know, now all the stuff that used to bother me before don't. And you don't necessarily need, you don't need a major thing to go on in your life to change the way that you feel now. And I just recommend trying it, you know, just saying some positive things to yourself, if you are in a bad situation, just think, how can I make this better? How can I think better? How can I do better? You know, and I recommend it. All right, enough rambling again. I'm gonna end this video. Just thank you so much for watching my first video. I really appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.